Michael Timberlake joins us from Senior Timberlake and Lee. Good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
So when we're talking about personal injury cases, and we see commercials and attorneys that specialize in personal injury.
Sure.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, in any kind of situation where somebody gets hurt is in the eyes of the law, considered to be a personal injury. You know, obviously what we're looking at is situations where there is an injury that is caused by someone else, or that there's some kind of statutory mechanism that allows people to get compensation for an injury, such as workers' compensation claims. And these are really just basically, you know, claims that you can make at common law is what we call it, but really they revolve basically around negligence or the failure to use reasonable care in a situation. Medical malpractice has its own statute, workers' compensation has its own statute, but really what you're looking for is damages associated with an injury that can include, you know, medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, mental anguish, permanent injury, those types of things that can happen to someone that is injured as a result of somebody else's conduct.
So call in your questions, the 31 law call number there on your screen, 536-0077. Okay, let's talk about football parties, okay? Everybody's getting excited, games are coming back.
Sure.
Want to have people over? What do we need to be cautious about from a legal standpoint?
You know, from a legal standpoint, really, if you're going to have people over to your house, what you've got to do is not willfully or intentionally injure them, which means that if there's something, you know, peculiar about your house or some kind of hazard, some kind of defect, you need to warn people that come over to your house about that situation. You shouldn't actively do anything that could injure someone else on your property if they're a social guest. Now, you're also looking at situations involving alcohol. You know, number one rule in any situation: do not serve minors alcohol. Do not make it available to minors. If you're going to leave it in the refrigerator, you have to police it to make sure that minors are not drinking alcohol on your premises, or you could potentially be responsible for their conduct. Now, with regard to, you know, the ordinances or the rules about social distancing, you know, that's certainly something that we want to take in, you know, take in consideration as a society, that we need to do. Everybody needs to do their part to limit the rate of infection or the spread of coronavirus, and that would include, you know, the weather's fantastic. Get outside, do something. You know, blow up a screen, put a TV outside, make sure that you're able to distance. The less people you have in a confined space, the lower the risk is going to be, and the better it's going to be for everybody around.